Hooday, Bengal fans. Mon, Eric, Jake. This is the Bengals Pulse, the heartbeat of our Cincinnati Bengals, whose season looks like it has come to a close after an absolute defeating loss today against the Pittsburgh Squealers. We have a lot to talk about. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm so drained by this team that I don't even know if I have a crash out left in me. They're so bad. This coaching staff is so bad. The players are not good. The talent on defense is, and again, Mon. You've been saying this, and I've been like, I've been hoping that it's not true, but it's so hard, Mon, to argue with you about the fact that the talent on this defensive roster is below average. It is so bad. But we'll talk about all that stuff. But let's get to it, Mon. Initial thoughts on this another Bengals debacle. What do you think, bud?
Yeah, some people want meltdowns. I'll say it. F F F F. How about that? I'm sort of over it. Of course,
I
I'm
am
gonna
too.
watch. I'm gonna watch every remaining game. I'm a Bengal fan.
Yeah,
I know what the defense is. The defense is terrible right now. They got a lot of
so
young
bad.
players. It's terrible, and I just got so many thoughts. I'm trying to piece them together, but I just want to say something. The coaching staff hasn't really been set up to succeed. The front office hasn't really stockpiled this roster with good players. We let good players leave. We haven't replaced them with the people that were up to that caliber, not even close. So the talent level has dipped. But I just want to say this. I said it in previous shows. There's enough talent on this defense to not be as bad as they are. I really think there's enough talent to not be as bad as they've been this year. They're on pace to be probably the worst NFL defense in the last 20, 30 years. They had a stat up there showing some of the things they've done this year. It's the worst since 1966.
Yeah.
I just want to say something. I think this team is playing with 9 players on defense. Geno Stone and Barrett Carter, rookie Barrett Carter, only played 10 games. Listen, he could still turn into be a good player. They're literally playing with 9 players. The Bengals defense is playing with 9 players right now because 2 guys are total liabilities. You
Yeah.
can't succeed. This is what frustrates me with the coaching staff. How do you trot them out? Our best linebacker from this season plays for the Cowboys now.
Yeah.
All right. So how do you continually trot these guys out and roll them out there? They're not getting it done. PJ Jules, give him a chance. Give Tyson Anderson a chance. You know why he won't? Zach Taylor can't bench him because Stone makes $4.5 million a year. Mike Brown's going to ask him on Monday morning, like, hey, I can't have $5 million sitting on the bench. It's not a cynical thing. I really think that's what happens. And
that's probably the same reason that Zach Taylor has not been fired, right?
Probably. But the last thing I want to say is this. I'm just sick and tired of it. I'm going to come out and say it. Pittsburgh punched us in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh was the more physical team. Pittsburgh pushed us around. Pittsburgh punched us. It's a fact. I can't stand Pittsburgh, but that's what happened. I'm sick and tired of seeing that. To me, that's not a talent issue. It's a coaching issue. It's an attitude. I'm telling you, I really think Zach Taylor, people, his apologists are going to go, Mom, look at all the points he scored. Look at that offense. Great. He's the head coach of the offense. I get it.
So
the Bengals can do better than Zach Taylor.
let me pick up right where you left off because yes, we want to go off on the defense. The defense gave up 20 points today. The offense gave up 2 turnovers for touchdowns. So 14 of those points came up from the offense. This game, we spent 2 weeks giving Zach Taylor his flowers for this offensive performance this year. We have to spend today and talk about his offense performance today because all we asked from the defense was to step up and make some stops. They had 3 straight punts in the first half, 3 straight punts that we followed up with 3 straight punts of our own. So as much as people want to say this is a horrible effort by the defense, to me, this is Zach Taylor giving us a Zach Taylor special. He comes out there and what does he say? The Steelers are going to take away Jamar Chase, so I'm not even going to look at Jamar Chase. You know what? That doesn't work. Your best player is out there. Why did we win against Pittsburgh the last time we played them? Because Joe Flacco was 10 days in, and all he knew was, I'm going to find Uno. I don't give a shit. I'm going to find Uno. And you know what? Zach Taylor came in and said, we're going to let the defense dictate to them what we do. So we would have lost 2, 3 weeks ago, if however long ago that was, if Flacco was more involved in this offense, because he would have listened to Zach and he would have gone to the reads. I saw first reads that were not Jamar Chase. The first read was Yoshi, and Jamar Chase was open. This is a Zach Taylor special if you ever saw him. We spent 2 weeks prepping him up, saying this offense is so great. The defense came out and gave us a little bit more. And what did Zach do? He went true Zach fashion and said, Mike Tomlin's a better coach. I'm going to play offense based on how Mike Tomlin is defending me. I'm not even going to look at Uno. And that is the stupidest decision you could ever make. Say what you want about defense. This is a Zach Taylor special. This is what we'll continue to get if Zach Taylor is a coach for however long he's going to be a coach. We're going to come out there, the defense is going to step up, and Zach's going to lay an egg. It's exactly what he does.
Well, and
The
let's be clear about the defense. The defense had one good half. They were terrible the second half, absolutely atrocious. I don't disagree with you, Eric. I'm not arguing.
Listen, I agree, but the bottom line, it's the same old song and dance. Yeah, the defense, you can't put 14 points on them. The offense, I get it. I understand. Yeah, the offense didn't show up today. But you know what? Geno Stone getting trucked. Barrett Carter was, I'm sorry, man. I know he's a rookie. I'm rooting for him. I need our young guys to develop into good players. That's terrible. And if this, I mean, for Al Golden and his linebacker coach and Coach Taylor to think that's the best option on the team, I'm sorry, you're not setting up your team to succeed. Logan Wilson in flip-flops is 20 times better than that. Logan Wilson playing barefoot out there is 10 times better. And cowboy boots would be better than that. Man, I mean, and Geno Stone, guys, listen, come on. We're playing with Geno Stone. We're playing with nine people on defense.
Every time we take the field against anybody, I don't care who it is, when the Bengals line up against anybody, Geno Stone is the worst player on the field. It doesn't matter who we play. I mean, when we play the New York Jets, Geno Stone was the worst player on the field. They're 1-7. Geno Stone doesn't even belong in the NFL. He's not even good as a backup. He wouldn't even be someone's backup. He is so bad. And again, Eric, I'm not disagreeing with you, because let me say this. Zach Taylor, in true fashion, right, under pressure, he comes out, he uses Mon can give you the play-by-play, but we literally use 2 timeouts.
Can I read it?
Yeah, read it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, read it.
The Bengals, okay, here, guys. The Bengals picked up a first down with a 15-yard penalty on Jalen Ramsey. That ejection gave the Bengals a first down at 15 yards. They somehow ran 6 plays, used 2 timeouts, ran 3 minutes off the clock, and lost yards before kicking a field goal.
You can't make that up.
That's a Zach Taylor. I mean, hold on one second. Oh, they score 40 points a game. They're lights out on offense. Yeah, okay, that's true. Situational football, Jake, you have said it 100 times. He's terrible.
Oh, my God, he's so bad. Guys, listen, I've been coaching high school football for 25-plus years, and I have never seen a high school coach do that. I'm talking about the level of Zach Taylor's coaching ability is not even on the same level of high school football. Again, I feel like we just talk about this in circles, but the fact, if Zach Taylor is not fired tomorrow, this organization does not give a shit about this team or the fans.
It's not Zach Taylor.
I know it's not going to happen.
That's your heart.
That's your heart.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I know it's not going to happen. I'm just telling you, Mon, that if it doesn't happen, this organization does not give a shit about the fans and this team winning, because Zach Taylor is an absolute joke. Al Golden is an absolute joke. They keep running these clowns out here. Al Golden putting Geno Stone and Barrett Carter on the field every single week is is absolutely the definition of insanity. And again, that's why I crashed out about Logan Wilson being traded. Yeah, Logan Wilson has definitely taken a step backwards. He's still 1,000 times better than those two rookie linebackers. They are
help
awful.
you out.
Eric Carter's awful.
Let me help you and Eric out and everybody else watching live. Al Golden will be a Bengal coach next year. Zach Taylor will be the head coach. It's going to be the same old, same old.
No way. There's no way, Mom.
They will not fire him.
I don't.
Organization won't do it. That one will do. If it happens, you guys come back on the 16th of November. Mon said it. Let me know I was wrong. It's not going to happen. They're going to be on this. Zach Taylor will be here next year with Al Golden as his defensive coordinator.
Mon, if they do that, Mon, I will tell you, if they do that, they're not going to sell tickets for that stadium. I'm just telling you. They will not sell tickets for that stadium. If that happens, if that's the case, and this thing continues in the downward spiral that it's continuing in, which, by the way, I do want us to talk about Joe Burrow's situation because I think he should stay home at this point. But if the Bengals run Al Golden and Zach Taylor back out here, if they run it back next year with that clown show, I promise you, it'll be an all-time low attendance in Paycor, not in Synergy, because you and I have been in some bad ones of Synergy. But I'm talking about at Paycor Stadium, it will be the all-time low attendance record next year if those two clowns are coaching this team. They will. I mean, it will. I mean, you.
Well, you can only just let's go to next week. Let's go to the next week's game versus the Patriots. That's going to be the truest example. How many people are going to show up for what we've seen, what the effort that they've put out there? There was no offense today to go out there. We got some super chats. Let's get to real quick.
Oh yeah, let's get to some of those. Thank you, guys.
I want to get to the one about the defense. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I mean that was to my point that I'm not sure if this is the one, but we'll go this first. Defense only gave up 20 points in Pittsburgh. It wasn't the defense today. It was the O-line, the offensive play calling. I'll let you comment on it. It was some of the offense, but when the defense actually steps up, we can't go out there and lay an egg. Go ahead, Mom.
Hey, listen, thank you so much for that $5. I really appreciate you watching the show. The defense played its best game of the season in the first half. They played really well. Consistent pressure, but in the second half, second half out physical. Pittsburgh was 6 of 7 on third down in the second half. Some of them 3rd and 11, 3rd and 15, 6 out of 7 on third down in the second half. They let us down. They were on the field too much. The offense didn't help them. I do agree with you. The offense, did lay an egg today, but the defense was the same old Bengal defense in the second half. Offense should have capitalized. They weren't ready today. They weren't ready. And yes, the defense did not set them up to succeed, or the offense with the interception and fumble return. But that defense, 6 of 7 on third down in the second half.
Yeah,
I just want to say something. They get punched in the face. I am so sick and tired of our team being outmanned and out physical. What's it going to take to get somebody with a freaking attitude to do something? We just don't have it. Thanks.
First of all, thank you very much, Andrew. And let me say this about the defense again. I don't disagree. The offense was atrocious today. Joe Flacco didn't play well. Zach Taylor, as Eric said perfectly, he put on one of his special clunkers. But let me say this. Let me say this about the defense. And again, Andrew, I appreciate it. I'm not disagreeing with you about the offense and the play calling, but defensively, as Mon said, they lose their starting running back, they lose their starting quarterback, and you let Mason Rudolph come out there and go 6 of 7 on third downs. You give up 2 third and long, 3rd and 10 plus. Again, I understand sometimes those things happen, but again, this Bengals defense being in a close game like it was, giving up those big plays to a 300-pound slow tight end. Yes, this game. I think we're kind of splitting straws here because this team sucks. The offense sucks. The defense sucks. Zach Taylor sucks. Al Golden sucks. That's the reason why we're 3-7. So it is kind of splitting hairs, but at the same time, this defense running the same guys out every single week on this defense, you're not going to win football games. You're just not going to do it. I mean, they are historically awful. But thank you for the super chat, Andrew. Appreciate it.
Yeah, let's get to some of these other super chats before we move on. 513 Art Dog says that we've been bullied by Pittsburgh since 1968. Mon says this a lot. You got to come in there and punch him in the mouth. That Ryan Finley game, that's what we did. But another day where the Bengals just look like the little brother, and that's how it's going to keep going. Another one from 513 asking who the weight room coach and how long has he been there. I don't know. He might have him doing just
That's a good
Pilates
one.
or some
That's
rubber
that's
band
a good
work.
one. That's a good one. 513.
And
Honestly, I'm gonna say this. Let me just say this really quick. Is I don't know if I'd be blaming the weight room guy. I think Geno Stone and some of these other guys are scared to tackle. I mean, that's what it looks like with Geno Stone. Even the announcers today were making fun of him. I mean, it was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen from an NFL defender. What Geno Stone ran out and did today. It was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen.
Jake, that was the knock on him coming out in college. That was a knock on him in the pro. He couldn't tackle. Yeah. Okay, he was a ball hawk kind of guy, limited athleticism. But you know what? He made a great play against Joe Burrow in a game that we were at that picked off, that cost us the game. And the Bengals were enamored by it. Listen, Kyle Hamilton made Geno Stone. Yeah. Geno Stone didn't make Kyle Hamilton. And think about it. They've literally paid this guy $14 million or $10 million to be a safety. And we got $25 million sitting on the sideline right now waiting for something. I don't know. New socks for the Bengals. I don't know. And man, I don't know.
Go back and watch that play by Washington when he just throws Chase Barrett to the ground like a wounded animal. Look at Geno Stone following up on that. He doesn't even attempt to tackle Washington. He
doesn't push him out of bounds. He just push him out of bounds.
I don't even know what he's doing. He's scared. Geno Stone avoids contact. He is scared. He is scared. I'm a football coach. When you see that, you know. I mean, he's scared. He's scared. And again, like Mon said, we keep running him out there because of $5 million a year. When we got these other safeties, I mean, put the young guys in. What is the difference at this point?
Well, that's just it. You see what Tyson Anderson does on special teams. He plays like a heat-sinking missile. He's not scared. He's going out there to get a contract. That's what you need in some of these situations. Someone's going to put it on the line to go make a tackle. Right now, we've got guys that have gotten big contracts and they're not putting it online, and they think that they're entitled to be out there. We got a lot more super chats. Let me get through a few of them here real quick. KP from KC, thank you. He says if they extend Zach, I'm done. I think Zach's got another year on his deal, right? So we don't even have to extend him to keep him around. But that would be a Bengals type move to go and give him another year before we even let him play out this crappy year.
Guys,
another one from
there's no
another
way
one
Zach
from.
back. There's no way Zach.
No. There's another one from 513. If Duke Tobin is back in 2026, it's going to be the same story. I think we probably all agree. Let's get to this, though, because
thank you for all the super chats. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Ben brings up the elephant Rudolph. Mason Rudolph carved us up with only check down. Mason Rudolph comes in and plays the whole second half, and we get Rudolph again. Like, what the hell?
He's always done that to us. He did it last year when Will Levis, we were killing Tennessee last year. Will Levis was the quarterback. They bench him. Mason Rudolph comes in and made it a game. Okay. I just want to say something. There was a part of the game where it was 10-9 or 10-6. All right. Deep in their territory, the Steelers were. It was 3rd and 7, and we let a 41-year-old quarterback scramble for a first down. All right. In the second half, 3rd and 11, check down from Rudolph, 15-yard gain for a first down. There should have been 4 or 5 times they should have punted the ball. We could have gotten the ball back and given Flacco more of an opportunity. to come back. It kills me that, it's just when you need a critical stop, you're not going to get it. Broken record time again. Everybody watches the show. We are playing with 9 people on defense. We are playing with 9 people on defense. Last year, the Bengals played with 9 people on offense because our 2 guards were literally rated the worst in the NFL. Okay. Yeah. We had a superhuman named Joe Burrow that compensated for it. We don't have any superhumans on defense. We're playing with 9 people on defense.
And B. Henry, Jesse, I love this, B. Henry. Jesse Bates, it was Nick Scott, actually, not Nick Stone, but Nick Scott to Geno Stone. That was the trade we made for Jesse Bates. Say what you want to about Jesse Bates, but again, I'll argue it because it's facts. Since Jesse Bates has left this team, the defense sucks. It hasn't been good since Jesse Bates left. This defense has not been good. Not one time.
No comment from me. No comment from me.
I know no comment, but I'm going to make a comment. Since Jesse Bates has left this team, it has not been good. It hasn't. I mean, show me facts where this defense has been just somewhat successful without Jesse Bates. Show me facts on it. You can't, because there's none. Jesse Bates, the Bengals letting him walk is the reason why we are watching this defense part 2 from last year. Again, it's a joke.
There's a lot of people out there, multiple people on Twitter bring this up. When Jesse Bates left, we used that money for Brown. We did. Brown was better than Jonah Williams. I agree. To me, Brown, I was excited about that. Brown has regressed to me. All right. But the deal is this. What's lost in all of that, the Bengals could have done both. They could get a Brown. They could get a Jesse Bates. I mean, Orlando Brown's been on the roster 2 years. And again, we've spent millions on Nick Scott and Geno Stone and drafted multiple players. The Bengals could have spent $4 or $5 million more of their $25 million in reserve and had both players. That's the argument I just want to present. But you know what? People get pissed. I got people on Twitter are giving me the business about Jesse Bates. Hey, man, it is what it is. I know he's not on the team anymore.
They are wrong. Anyone that argues that point is wrong. They are wrong. Jesse Bates is probably the second best safety in the NFL. They are wrong. Whoever argues that, and normally I'm all for people arguing you on Twitter, but whoever's arguing Jesse Bates not being the reason is wrong. You are wrong. Since Jesse Bates has not been on this roster, this defense has been sorry as hell. When DJ Reader.
When Jesse Bates leaves, when DJ Reader leaves, when Eli Apple leaves, when Cheeto leaves, when Mike Hilton leaves, their replacements need to be as good or better.
Yep, not even close.
Their replacements need to be as good or better.
How about throwing Jermaine Pratt? Throw Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson.
Yeah, thank you. I forgot about
those 2 in the mix because the Bengals aren't even close to replacing that talent.
They're okay. And listen, last year Hilton started showing his age a little bit. Some of these other guys regressed. Even in their age and their regression, they're still better than what's out here now. I just want to tell you, I mean, Jake, I know it's so far away from the NFL, but even on the high school level, you are not going to keep on trotting out a player that's struggling mightily. No. I mean, it's going to hurt his confidence. He's going to develop the yips. You're going to say, hey, man, you got to sit down for a while. This kid, you can have a kid that's supremely talented, that's struggling. You can't keep on trotting him out. The Bengals are doing this to Barrett Carter. Yeah. I don't think it's fair to him. All right. And I just want to say something. Joe Goodberry tweeted this weeks ago. And I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get it from memory here. The Bengals organization, they need a coach that's exquisite, that's just elite to compensate for the front office the way they operate. They need to catch lightning in a bottle, I think is what he used with a coaching staff. Zach Taylor's not that guy. He's not that guy.
Hiring a coach that ain't going to put up with that shit? How about hiring a guy like a Vrabel who is going to come in and put his foot up everyone's ass, including the front office? But the front office is scared. They want a yes man. That's why we have Zach Taylor right now, because Zach Taylor is a yes man. He goes out on the podium. He spits out a bunch of bullshit every single week. It's the same thing every single week. We have the talent here, blah, 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 blah. My next door neighbor's doing a hell of a job calling the defense, blah, 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 blah. That's what the front office wants. They don't want somebody like Vrabel who will come in and cause waves and put his foot up people's asses. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's insane that we have to watch this shit every single week. I will, because I'm a diehard fan. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch them next week. But and the week after that, and the week after that, and all that shit. But it's disgusting. Like, it's not even fun watching this team. It's not even fun. These coaches, it's just a clown show. It's awful.
Let's we got a bunch of super chats. Let's get through some kind of rapid fire here. Do appreciate everybody. We've got over 500 people in the room. I know we're all going through it, but it is what it is. Bermuda Bengal, I think hopefully you're in Bermuda because that's where we all need to be right now. Washington abused the defense like actual children. Yeah, it looked like we were out there playing against 5-year-olds in a game of tackle. It definitely did, and you don't have to be a 300-pound tight end to do that to the Bengals. You just have to play tight end. It's been that way since well, who did we let go? Who was our tight end stopper? Trey, was it Trey something? Can you remember the name? We had one.
Oh yeah.
33. Dreadlocks 33 was his name.
Yeah.
It's not Trey. Oh my God, my mind is
Trey Flowers. Yeah,
Trey Flowers. Yes, Trey
Yeah,
Flowers.
Trey Flowers.
Since Trey Flowers, we haven't been able to stop a tight end for the life of us. One point on I want to add on to Mons was we replace these guys, we let them go, but we bring in their replacement a year before we replace them. We brought in Dax Hill. You got to know he's not the guy, so then you should have signed Jesse Bates. You brought in Miles Murphy and Shamar Stewart. You could tell they're not the guys. Go extend Trey Hendrickson. The Bengals go out there and get these replacements a year early. When you know that they're not them, then extend your guy and don't take a flyer. Fuzzy Ball, thanks for the super chat here. He says before Zach Taylor attends to his head coaching duties, he makes sure to mow Mike Brown's lawn and keep his pool clean. That's why he has his job safe. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not out there cleaning it in a Speedo or something.
That's good.
I gotta say something controversial. Are we got any more super chats? Go ahead.
Yeah, we do. Let me get through them real quick. Another one from Bermuda Bengal, because I did want to comment on this. Zach literally ran it up the middle on every first down. This infuriated me because you have Flacco, who's great at the play action, and yes, run it up the middle. Let Chase Brown cook. He was doing good, but you got to break that tendency. You've set it up all game. Where's the 1st and 10 play action where Joe Flacco rolls to his right, hits a tight end, hits Jamar, hits somebody? That infuriates me because you build these tendencies and then you don't take advantage of the fact that the defense expects you to do that. Another one here from 513 Art Dog. Too early to talk about 26 draft, edge or left tackle. I'm kind of very, very disgruntled and jaded on talking drafts because you know what? What's the effing point? The Bengals do not look at consensus picks. If you think that they should take the number 1 left tackle in the first round, they're going to go out and take the number 6 guard. That's just what the Bengals do. So I don't know if we should even do any draft shows because we're basically talking what the Bengals should do, and they never ever listen.
Let me just say this real quick about this comment by 513. You were talking about drafting. This is what I think. I think they need to draft a head coach and a defensive coordinator because I'm going to be honest with you, 513. I don't think it matters who we draft or who we bring in here. Zach Taylor, Al Golden, this clown show of a staff, it can't coach anybody. It can't develop anybody. So again, obviously we're going to do draft shows, but we have got to have coaches that can develop these guys. We don't have any coaches that can develop except for Troy Walters. Let me say this about Troy Walters. Troy Walters literally is the coach on this staff that if somebody were to take over, it should be Troy. Troy Walters is a hell of a coach. his position group has always excelled. So I'm not putting Troy Walters in that mix because I have 100 times respect for him.
I just want to say something. I just want to quit harping on talent. I think talent is the main issue on defense. And I just want to say something. I'm getting frustrated. I mean, listen, I appreciate it. Zach Taylor's not getting fired. I don't even think it should be discussed. I'm not happy with him. I'm not happy.
It's got to happen.
I think it'll happen. If it happens at the end of the year. But I just want to say something about this defense. I'm sick and tired of talking about talent. Talent is the main issue. Attitude, coaching, the lack of physicality, the knack of just like, I mean, guys, they're not playing with passion.
No.
They don't have that leadership. They don't have that enforcer. No. Jake, you know this. In the 90s, in the 90s for 10 years, and we had that lost decade. Hey, man, the defense had Darrell Williams knocking people out.
Yeah.
We had Rico McDonald playing with fire, and people and offenses were scared of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we weren't winning games. I get it. Hey, we're not going to win games this year, but I want
somebody. What about Takeo Spikes and Brian Simmons? Like you had guys that were elite men.
James Francis.
Yeah. You had guys that were men. You had guys that were men that were at least flying around with energy and passion. Mom, you just said that perfectly.
Coaching
matters. Leadership on this defense.
Coaching matters when it comes to attitude, physicality. Yeah. You know, these guys lift weights. They're strong. Okay, maybe they're not the fastest. Everything. Don't get blown out down the field 15 yards. Pittsburgh humbled them, man.
Yeah.
Listen, we can call Pittsburgh dirty all we want. I get pissed off on them. They punched us in the mouth, and we let them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can, yes, if you don't have talent, what can you not do? You have to be in position. And I don't care how slow you are, you can be in position to make the plays. You can take the right angles. If you just get beat because the guy is too fast or made an amazing juke, at least you were in position. You took the right angle. They're not doing that. And when they do, they don't look like they're pursuing with any passion. One last super chat before we, obviously, I'm assuming we'll get more as well. But Fuzzy, thank you, Fuzzy Balls. He says, hire John Gruden. And I know I said this out in the group text earlier this week. I'm all for a guy like John Gruden just because what the clip that we saw with the Patriots quarterback where he was telling him throw the ball away, slide, don't take hits. I want a guy that's going to come in there and talk to Joe Burrow that way. I'm all in on that. But I want to segue this because we talk about coaches. Jake, you want Zach fired tomorrow. A lot of people assume he's going to be fired at the end of the year. I'm afraid we're out of it. Could we win? Could we win every one of our games and still be in it? Sure. I'm going to root for that. I want to go on a run. I want to end the season on a winning streak. But I've been burned many times here in the last few years with these late season send him home happy winning streaks that Zach Taylor has.
Yeah.
So we got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games left. If Zach Taylor goes out and finds a way to win 5 of those 7 games, misses the playoffs, are we going to see another, oh, we came on late, wish we would have done it earlier, but we came on late, so we're going to roll into next year and we're going to build off of this. Is that what we're going to see? Mon?
Oh, 100% that's what we're going to see. 100%.
Yeah, it's called the dead cat bounce. We saw that in the 90s. We saw that with, they would win 4 or 5. Last year, they won 5 in a row. They won 5 in a row. They looked good. It gave them hope with Geno Stone because he made some interceptions. And, I saying that, Eric, I don't want them to lose any games. I want them to win every game. I do. And
come on, look at Bermuda Bengals.
Yeah, Bermuda, that's a good one, Bermuda. Fire Zach's entire neighborhood. Can we do that? Wouldn't that be something if they all worked for the Bengals and we didn't know it?
That's good, Bermuda.
No, I just I don't ever want to root against them. I don't want them to lose, but I think if they do go on a run, it's going to be status quo. Guys, I said something earlier. I think it's hard to criticize the Bengals offense as much as we have today. I know they played a bad game today, but they have put up unbelievable numbers with a backup quarterback. But it's not about that. It's about situational coaching awareness. Jake, you've mentioned it in the past. I mean, sometimes I shake my head. I don't know what he's doing. I know it didn't matter, but that one point, why are you going for 2?
That's stupid.
If you want to go for 2, why are you running that play? Why are you running that play?
Don't ever take points off the board.
But even if you go for 2 there, even if you run that play, Chase Brown has to have the option to throw it to Flacco. Flacco was wide open. They crashed. Chase Brown should be reading that. It should be a run pass option. He should have, as soon as he saw the guy crash, he should have just flipped it to Flacco. Like,
They probably
it's
drew it.
easy.
They probably drew it on the whiteboard on the sideline right before. I don't know, but it's just I don't get it. I mean, I can go through his whole 7 years in Cincinnati. There's these really questionable play calls, and listen, he's done a great job, great offensive stats. I get it, but when you have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Chase Brown, you had Corey Dillon for 5 of those years. That's a lot of offensive weapons. I think a lot of offensive coordinators could do probably the same. It's just overall team management, roster management. He is the head coach for the whole team, not just the offense. And this defense, man, Jake, have you ever seen a worse Bengal defense ever? I mean,
No.
I know what
No.
you're answering. I'm trying to take the emotion out of it. Yeah,
No.
I'm frustrated, man. I know it's draft season now. I know we're looking at 2026. I'm trying to take a step back. But they are really, really, this is the worst Bengal defense I've ever
Mon,
seen.
let me say this, Mon. Now I've been a Bengal fan since '81. Mon, you've been a Bengal fan longer than I have. But
I can remember Lamar Parrish playing. Yes, I can. I was a very young man.
I can tell you this.
I was a handsome young fella. I remember that.
You still are, Mon. You still
Just
are.
the fact that you called yourself a young fella really ages you.
He was a whippersnapper. He was.
He was a young
that muscle.
whippersnapper. Listen,
Edmonton.
let me say this. I've been a fan since '81, and I want to say this for the people that truly remember the teams in the '90s. The offenses were so bad. The Bengals offenses were so bad in the '90s, right? The run of quarterbacks that we had in the '90s after Boomer Esiason was absolutely trash. So even in the '90s, in that lost decade, the Bengals defenses they had their moments, Mon. There were times when the Bengals defense would keep them in games.
Yes.
The offense in the '90s was so bad. This is the worst Bengals defense I have ever witnessed as a fan. And I'm going to tell you what, I thought last year's was bad. This defense this year is the worst Bengals defense. And I'm going to be honest with you. It might be the worst defense in the history of the NFL. And it's funny because the announcers on the game today, they actually said that. They actually said that this is one of the worst defenses in NFL history. It is so bad, Mon.
At the beginning of the game, they had that stat.
Yeah.
Can I say something about Mike Tomlin? Let me say something about Mike Tomlin. And I'm not a Steeler fan. Everybody knows that. Ben Roethlisberger's last year here as a Steeler quarterback. NFL analysts, national writers, it was arguably the worst playoff team in NFL history. They were that bad. They somehow won 9 games. You know why? That coaching staff digs down deep inside. They pull the Marvin Lewis and they tell those players, some of those position groups lack talent. They played above their talent level. They played above it. Are our guys playing above their talent level? Is Al Golding maximizing the talent on that defense? Is Zach Taylor's staff that he handpicked? Are those guys maximizing the talent of those players? Are they reaching down deep inside and getting a little bit more out of them? The answer is no, they're not.
No.
They're not.
Well, and I do want to say this. Obviously, Jeff Blake had his moments, right? Jeff Blake had his moments. So I don't want to dispel Jeff Blake when I say bad quarterbacks. I'm thinking more of, the Hollises, the Wilhelms, the Klinglers, the Gus Frerots of the world. Listen, this is Scott Mitchell, that clown show.
Achilles Smith.
That was right at the end of the '90s. That was in still saying yes.
It ended the way it should have because we kept Achilles Smith instead of taking on New Orleans' whole draft.
Yeah, my point is more so that those defenses in the '90s, they still had their moments. Like they had some great players. They played hard. They just they could not play good enough to fix the David Klinglers of the world. Let me say this though. I think this is what pisses me off more about this season than anything else. Zach Taylor sucks, Al Golden sucks, defense sucks, Geno Stone sucks, blah blah blah. You know what pisses me off, Mon and Eric, more than anything else, is I don't have that switch in my brain to say I want the Bengals to lose. I don't have that switch. That's what pisses me off more than anything else. I cannot flip a switch and root against the Bengals. So I have to sit here and watch the next 7 weeks of this dog shit and root my ass off for the Bengals to win. And I think that's what hurts me more than anything else about this year is I don't have that switch. You know, a lot of I see everybody in the chat. I see a lot of people in the chat, you know, and some of you guys might have that switch. I just don't have it. I cannot root against the Bengals. I have to watch them every week. It's like I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah. And
I think part of that is me being a coach. Like I can't ever switch that off. But it sucks when you're going through something like this and you want Zach Taylor fired, you want Al Golden fired, you want a good draft pick, you want all these things, but I can't root against them, even knowing that they have they go into a game, guys, with a 20% chance to win. It doesn't matter who they're playing. They have a 20% chance to win every single game.
There's a lot of comments about it's on Duke Tobin, and I agree. We said that earlier. I think a majority of the issue is the talent, and it's on Duke Tobin and this front office for not replenishing the roster. But it's also on the coaching staff. I'm sorry, when you have 9 defensive draft picks that were picked in the top 100 of the NFL draft, it's impossible for all 9 of those guys to be as poor as they are. Coaching does matter. Look at the New England Patriots. Coaching matters. The New England Patriots were a top 5 drafting team last year. I think they currently have 7 wins or 8 wins. Coaching matters. Coaching matters. Coach, you can maximize talent on your roster. I don't think the staff has done that.
I mean, I'm going to put KP's up there.
I love that.
But just to add on to that, coaching matters. And what did the Patriots went out and got Vrabel, and we said, you know what, we're going to take 2 of those losing coaches. We took 2 of the coaches off the Patriots because we thought they did such a great job. And look where we sit. Another super chat from KP, from KC. I got the switch for you: lose and tear it downs. It's hard not to do that, but you know what? You know what the 3 of us are going to do, and this is why it's so frustrating, is we're going to go and we're going to watch and we're going to root for the Ravens to lose. We're going to root for the Steelers to lose. We're going to see the Bengals win, and we're still going to be out here doing all the math out there trying to find a way that we're going to get in there. We're going to expect that we're going to win the next 7 and get in and win the division. That's the hard part, is we always believe, but that belief goes away real quickly once the games start. You know, it's very frustrating.
KP, thanks for super chat. I want to say this because your next comment I love even more than this one. KP said, "You better get it, or they keeping Zach Taylor." That's so true.
I would rather be in the playoffs with Zach Taylor and make a run for the Super Bowl than I'd take Zach Taylor for the next 15 years if he got us a bowl. I don't care how much we rip him. I just want the Bengals to win. I want them to win now. I don't want to wait till next year. Every time we have to wait, we talk about this with the Ring of Honor. Look what happened to Trumpy. Every time you push it off a year, you might not see it. I mean, nobody's promised tomorrow. I've got friends that passed away at the age of 50. I want the Super Bowl now. I don't want to wait until next year, 27, 28, 29.
Hey, let's go back. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we got a lot of super chats coming in too.
I just want to say something. You know, the Bengals knew they had a problem with Jake Browning. They had to go make a trade for Flacco because they had no chance with Browning. They knew it. Flacco gave us a puncher's chance. Look what the Steelers did at safety. They got Kyle Duggar. They got Peppers. They went out and made moves before the trade deadline because their critical roster flaw was in the secondary, and especially at safety. They cut Juan Thornhill, who they gave a lot of money to. They had to improve. What did we do? We traded arguably our best linebacker for a 7th-round pick.
And look what Duggar did today.
Yeah, I know. That's what's getting me, man. That's what's getting me right now. I mean,
Mike Brown math don't work, fellas.
Mike Brown, another super chat from KP saying Mike Brown math don't work. I don't disagree. I think he's doing math on an abacus. for sure. And another super chat from 513. If it wasn't for turnovers versus Cleveland, Jacksonville, and Pittsburgh, we might be 0-10 right now. And I can't disagree more. I said this before the game. This defense needs to get some turnovers because they aren't great at tackling. They are young. They are learning. They need to create turnovers to be the difference in this game. And again, they made stops today, and Zach Taylor let them down with a really weird offensive scheme.
I mean, 513 is right. I said that. I said that about 3 weeks ago that this team is lucky that they've won a game. They really are. I mean, the Cleveland game the first week, if the kicker makes a field goal, we lose that. The Jacksonville game, I don't know what in the hell the Jaguars letting Jake Browning do that to them is crazy. And then the Pittsburgh game. I mean, if it wasn't for that drive at the, I mean, the defense blows the game, letting Freiermuth catch an 80-yard touchdown with 1 minute left. If it wasn't for Flacco and that drive, guys, this team is. Oh my God.
Hey, let me say something. I'm just reading a tweet here from Taylor Cornell. He's been on in the chat before. He has his own podcast. Pretty reputable guy. For all those people that are arguing that Zach Taylor simply cannot be fired because of how good his offense was the last couple weeks, this is how his offense looks coming off a bye week with extra time to prepare.
Yes.
It's a valid point.
On top of that, the Steelers' defense was reeling. They moved Jalen Ramsey to safety. Their defense was not playing well. And what did they do? They went out, Zach went out there, and instead of saying, let's do exactly what we did the last time against them, he said, I'm going to let them take Chase away. We should have targeted Jamar Chase 23 times like we did the last game.
Apparently, Zach Taylor only had
3 minute
press conference.
3 minute press conference to it. And does that mean he knows something's going on, or is he just finally have no answers?
How crazy is it, guys?
Jake, if he gets fired before the season ends,
you buy me a steak.
I'm going to give you $5.
No, I want a steak.
$12?
Hey,
oh my God!
Remember when Mon used to say, "I'm buying you a steak"? We haven't heard that line in like 2 years. Mon, I want a steak.
Have you seen how much steaks cost, Jake?
Prices are? Have you seen it? Oh, actually, somebody dropped the tariff, so the beef prices should come down. That's another story. $5, 5 real American dollars, payable over 30 years.
5 real.
He's gonna get you a little sirloin that's gonna be the size of my AirPods. Like it's gonna
be like Bobby Bonilla. Bobby Bonilla. Every July 1, I'm going to give you a nickel for 30 years.
Yeah. Hey, you can give them. They don't make pennies anymore. Those are going up in value. So you can give them some pennies.
Didn't a fast food restaurant just come out with like steak nuggets? Like that cannot be real.
Oh,
steak.
yeah, Arby's.
Yeah,
steak
that
nuggets.
cannot be real steak. That's what you can buy me, Mon. Steak nuggets from that cannot be real steak.
They're coming in hot. Mon worked overtime, so he's got that steak money. Mon is cheaper than Mike Brown.
Come on now.
Oh, Lord Almighty.
Hey, I feel like Mike Brown would have at least thrown me an ice cream cake the last 10 weeks.
You know what, man? We haven't had one this year. I'm gonna go buy a loser cake today. I'm gonna go buy a reject.
Well, no, because I'm not there today. Let's schedule something so I can have a piece of it.
Okay.
You should have. That's the problem. I told you, if you're not buying the cakes, you're not expecting a victory.
Guys, listen.
It's Mon's fault.
Listen,
it's Mon's fault.
Let me ask you a question. I want to ask you guys a question. Everybody in the chat, there's 540 people in here.
Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome.
How many more games do we win this year?
7. That's me. 7. We win them all.
Listen, I do think we need to talk about this. I just told you, Mon. You know what the Bengals are going to do? Let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to beat the Patriots next week. That would be like the most Bengal thing to do, right?
It would be.
They're going to go out and they're going to beat the whatever they are. What are they? 8-2 now, 9-2 Patriots. They will go out and beat them. Just watch and see.
Here's the script. Here's the Bengals script. You beat the Patriots.
They'll play complimentary football. Defense will get turnovers. Offense will turn them into points. The Bengals will look like a totally different team, and we'll watch Zach Taylor for another 10 years.
Here's the script. Here's the Bengals Zach Taylor script. You beat the Patriots. You lose to the Ravens on Thanksgiving, and you lose to them on a last-second field goal with a lot of moral victories. Then you come out and demolish the Bills. You demolish the Dolphins. You demolish the Cardinals, and you barely beat the Browns. And Zach Taylor runs out of there saying, "Gee willikers, I got another year under my belt. Let me go hire my next other neighbor to come and coach the special teams
New
because
I'm
England,
not.
Darren Simmons has had
New
enough
England,
and leaves."
New England will run for 200 yards next week.
Let me tell you, Mom's just done. Let me tell you this. And I do think we need to talk about this.
Somebody called me Mon Brown. That's not nice. That's not nice. You're a mean person.
What about
Whoever you
Jake?
are.
I just got Jake the Cake. Listen,
Jake
let
the
me
Cake. I love it.
let me say this. And I think this is a serious conversation this is why I want Zach Taylor fired, because I don't want to see Joe Burrow take the field, right? These last 7 games with again, this defense that just doesn't really give you a chance to win. And I don't want to sound like a defeatist, but what is the point of running Joe Burrow out here at this point? Seriously, like, what is the point of it? Joe Burrow's a competitor. He's going to take the field, I'm sure, if he can. But that's why I want Zach Taylor gone. I want Zach Taylor fired tomorrow because I don't want to see this thing get uglier than it already is. And I said this in the text, and I know we got to get to some super chats here. I said this in our text chain. If Zach Taylor had a little piece of that locker room going into today, he has got 0 of it coming out of today. He has lost the locker room. It is over. He is not getting that locker room back. Again, that's why it's time. It's time to fire him.
He said, I think the score is not indicative of the game. I mean, that's weak.
I mean, what kind of shit is that? Who says that? Oh my God.
The Bengals were down 10-9 when Mason Rudolph entered the game. Just think of that.
I know, Mon. I'm well aware of that. Well, you're right. Yep. It was 10-9 when Mason Rudolph came in the game. It was 10-9, and Mason Rudolph, I closed the stats out, but he went like 8 of 12, 100 and something yards, a touchdown, just lit us up. Mason Rudolph, who they said already has not taken any first team reps. It's just,
And he also stole Mon's mustache this year too. Mason Rudolph going out there, usually baby faced. He comes out there with the epic Fire Mon mustache, and man, you're gonna have to sue him for copyright. That wasn't right, Mon. I don't like that.
Yeah, I hate Mason Rudolph.
We got another super chat from Hippie Prophet. Appreciate it, Hippie. He says,
thanks, man.
I'm all in on Mon's theory of bringing Marvin in as the new GM. The familiarity with the family might help this case. Hot take, next coach should be defensive minded with the talent on offense.
Yes.
Any average OC could make this work.
Yes.
And there's thoughts to keeping Dan Pitcher as OC and bringing in the defense coach. You guys want to speculate on who you want for a head coach if this goes as south as it's gone so far?
I don't know.
I
wish. Look at Seattle when they took the defensive coordinator for the Ravens. Look what Seattle's doing. They're just a tough physical team.
Yeah.
Marvin Lewis, we can say a lot. We were frustrated. We wanted him to be replaced because 16 years was enough. And the thing about Marvin Lewis, though, yeah, he had some bad losses. He had some blowout losses, but his teams were physical. They were tough. And his team rarely got pushed around. All right. And they had a mindset. He was a hard-nosed coach. He didn't have country club training camps. And somebody like him to oversee the front office, to just help with the transition, not to be the permanent coach, just to assist with the transition, make it a 2-year thing. Put him in there. Trey Brown's a new defensive or offensive, not the offensive, general manager. Bring in other people, help scout, interview coaches, bring somebody in that's going to harden up this team. And about Joe Burrow, you guys mentioned Joe Burrow. I want Joe to play, and I'll tell you why. I know this may be a bad comparison, but I don't want Joe Burrow going 1 full year without playing because he only played a game and a half. We saw
That's true.
other quarterbacks. We saw other quarterbacks that have been hurt. Deshaun Watson went almost a year and a half without playing due to his issues and injury. But Deshaun Watson, before his injury, was one of the top quarterbacks in football. He never regained that form because it was such a long time. That was a lot of rust to shake off. I want Joe to come back and play. I do.
Yeah.
I may be in the minority there, but I do.
No, that's a good take, Mon. That actually that makes sense. I would have a hard time arguing that. I think that's a good take. I think Joe Burrow. I do. I think you have something there, and I want to say first of all, Hippie Prophet, thank you so much. Just so much appreciate
Yes,
that.
thank you.
I am 100% on board with the deep. I know the offensive minded coach has been like this thing. Everybody wants offensive minded coach, but look what the New England Patriots did. Right? They went out and they struggled. They struggled to build the roster. They lost that toughness. They went out and went against the grain, just like the Seattle Seahawks did. Hired a defensive coordinator and went out and got a real offensive coordinator to help justify that. And I'm totally on board with that. Listen, guys, Brian Flores to me would be a great candidate to come in here, put his foot to ass, and go out and get a real offensive coordinator. I like the Brian Flores take for sure.
I just want somebody, I don't care if it's offense or defense. I want somebody that's coming in here prepared to coach the whole team. If the defense is shit in the bed and he's an offensive minded coach, he's got the balls enough to go tell the defensive coordinator to change something. If he's a defensive minded coach and the offense is playing like shit, he's got the balls to go tell him to do something different. So you see what Dan Campbell did? Dan Campbell took over offensive play calling duties. Dan Campbell is known to being a no nonsense head coach who controls everything, but he saw it and he said, "You know what? Give me the play sheet," and he's turning the Lions season around. Go ahead, Mom.
There's two defensive coaches now that have Cincinnati ties. They were with the Bearcats. But one's at Notre Dame, Marcus Freeman. But the deal about Freeman, he's not going to leave Notre Dame. He makes double what Zach Taylor makes now. He makes more money as the head coach of Notre Dame than the head coach of the Bengals makes. It would be hard to pull him away, even though he does have Cincinnati connections. Great hire. He's a hell of a college coach. The defensive coordinator for the Chargers, Jesse Mentor, coached at Cincinnati also. I think his family member used to be the head coach there too. He would be a great get. He spent a lot of time with the Ravens also. He's familiar with that defense when in their heyday. There are people out there.
Yeah, what about I do have one other thing I want to throw up here for you guys, but Extreme brings up Vikings trading the Vikings for their head coach. I don't think you're gonna have to trade. The Vikings are underwhelming this season. Could the Vikings head coach be out there and be available? He runs a scheme that gets his wide receivers open. What do you guys think?
I just want a defensive minded coach. I think that's where we are right now. I mean, I'm not saying he's not a bad coach or anything. If he gets fired, make him the OC. But I think at this point it doesn't matter. Play calling right now should not matter. What should matter is bringing somebody in here that is going to bring a toughness to this team. Because I'm going to tell you guys, this team is not tough. Now, when I say this team, I should have said the defense. I mean, obviously, you watch Jamar Chase today, Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Chase Brown. I mean, there are some tough guys on this team for sure. But on the defensive side of the ball, there is no toughness. There's no attitude. There's no leadership. I think you've got to bring in the defensive-minded coach. I don't think it matters. I don't think at this point it matters how good the play calling is if the defense is going to be status quo. I mean, we've witnessed now this for 2 years. And, Mon, I know you think Zach Taylor's not going to get fired, but there's no way you can try him out there after 3 straight years of not making the playoffs with arguably four of the best players in the NFL 3 of them are in the top 10.
But Joe Burrow was hurt one of those years, and Joe Flacco. Look at all these stats. Come on, how can you do that? I mean, he's staying. I'm playing devil's.
I know you are. I know
this is the echo chamber in Twitter, you know, because Zach Taylor, to some of his apologists, to his fans, you know, the ones that get the perks from his family, all they care about is his offensive production. See, Zach Taylor to them isn't the head coach. He's just the offensive guy. The defense, hey, man, Zach Taylor's a victim when it comes to the defensive play. Poor Zach Taylor. You know, he's the victim. No, he put that staff together. He owns that staff. He owns it. He's not a victim. He owns everybody he hired on that staff. He owns it.
Yeah. If they want to ride the coattails of him being such a great offensive coordinator and such a shitty head coach, then demote him. You're the OC. We're bringing in Flores to coach your ass. See how you like that. It's an hour here, you guys. We could probably talk about this for another 2 or 3 hours. We're going to need a couple days to get back to our positivity and expecting the next 7-game winning streak. Before we do, we do thank the 544 people on here, but I did want to, you know, I think that this is the ice cream cake.
All the super chats covered.
Yeah, we're not done yet. I'll do one more sweep, but I just want to say that this is the ice cream fault, and in that honor, I had to throw something together.
Oh, ice cream cake! Get it! Get it! It's mine!
We can't get the damn ice cream cake.
Listen, I am winning that race. There's no way I come in second.
I don't know, man. You're racing us for cake. There's some motivation there.
You know what? That's the best part of the season right there. That right there. That's the best part of 2025 season.
Right,
let's go to instant replay. I'm gonna instant replay that. I almost had it.
Did you just see that?
No, what did we see, Mon?
Garrett just killed Lamar Jackson. Oh my gosh.
Just icing on the cake for another crappy day.
Oh, ice cream cake. Get it, get it. It's mine.
Myles Garrett just killed Lamar Jackson. Unbelievable.
Is he out of the game? Are you real?
I know, but I've never seen him sack that hard in my life.
Did they give him a 15-yard penalty?
He pile drive. The coaching staff in Cincinnati would have.
See, that's the problem. We can't now. We're going to go root for these things. We're going to keep doing the math on our abacuses of how the Bengals can get there.
Pick 6. Cleveland just scored pick 6. They're up by 10 against the Ravens. You can't make this shit up.
Mon Cornell asks why you keep looking like Ned Flanders.
Hey,
Cornell with the shot from the top of the ropes.
Heidi ho, neighbor. That's not cool.
Oakley dokley. Come on. That's
I'm shaving this. It's gone. I'm shaving it.
All right,
the mustache does belong to Joe Burrow. You did say that, so maybe you need to get rid of it.
Thanks. Hey, again, we want to thank everybody for joining us. I know we did not talk at all about the game, but at this point, you know, it's the same thing we talk about every single week. I love that we're able to come on here and interact with all of you guys. Over 500 people, man, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for all the super chats. You definitely, you know, coming on here and talking after the game. I know it's therapy for the 3 of us, and hopefully it is for you guys as well. As always, guys, if you like this podcast, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you check us out on all the awesome podcasts.
Did Cleveland actually get a pick 6?
What?
Did Cleveland actually get a pick 6 in the comments here?
They sure did. They sure did.
All right.
Okay, sorry, Jake.
Pick
6, Cleveland.
What did I say? Go on there, podcast. Yeah. As always, guys, if you like that podcast, make sure you give us that 5-star review. We very much appreciate that. Follow Mon on Twitter at the Firemon. Follow me on Twitter at Coach Shake Owens 9. Follow Eric on Twitter at eFlash with 2 H's 88. Follow the Wednesday Podcast Network on Twitter at Wednesday Pod. And as always, follow the Bengals Pulse on Twitter, please, guys. At the Bengals Pulse, the same on Instagram without the at the Bengals Pulse, the same on TikTok without the at the Bengals Pulse. Guys, once again, Mon Brown, new nickname. Oh man, shot. This is just we gotta get Mon off the air here. This is not. As always, guys, check out all the awesome podcasts right here on the Wednesday Podcast Network. Thank you guys again so much for coming on here and joining us today. Yes, Eric.
I think I missed one super chat. That's why I put KP's up there,
Oh,
Mon Brown, the new nickname. But we did have one from
oh
Slimmy
yeah.
Blob asking if Zach Taylor gets fired, do we have faith in ownership to make the correct choice at head coach?
If Marvin
That-
Lewis was part of that selection committee, I would.
That's it.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Al Golden.
That is a great question, though. It really is a great question because we don't trust them to draft. Why do we trust them to hire a new head coach? I don't know. Hopefully they get it right, and hopefully next week, guys, on our show we are talking about the possibility of a new head coach.
Hey,
Hopefully.
Can we do our first mock draft next week and get Justin on the show? Mock draft 2026.
Here's the real question. Will the stinker of this game, coupled with the fact that the Patriots are playing so well, actually get Jake to predict the Bengals will lose?
No. I can tell you that right now. No.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you a hot take. Here we go. This is the hot
You already
take.
gave it. Oh, hold on. We got that.
No, they did not.
What didn't they do?
Jake's hot takes.
Zach Taylor will be fired tomorrow.
And if so, I will add Zach Taylor's head to that explosion there.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Again, thank you so much. Hooday to all of you. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you next week. Thanks again, guys.